Arow episode 4. I'll be watching it from Funimation's website, and I'll be starting my reaction in 1-0 go. And then Polex. Oh, I love that sound. And Funny's logo too. She even liked some of the emojis it has on its screen too. I just love how it makes it sound so epic when it's talking about the wall and all that. Dun-dun-dun. Like, you can just tell just the gravity of the situation by, like, the music, the epic voice of the narrator. There's one of the few series where it can recap events and it doesn't even feel like it drags on one bit. Thankfully, though, Aura, at the very least, was able to prevail. Although I wonder if there's ever going to come the day where Backer was going to have to kill someone, though. Sup, Animated OG? I don't know what your message said because you retracted it, but hello. I would love to see this motherfucker try that. Oh, man, I hope Backer busts him up. I hope he busts him up and all of his forces, too. I'm just saying. Anyone that goes against my main, at least the main character in this series, sup, Shiroi? I was about to say, anyone that goes up against Backer, I hope they get busted up. Completely and utterly. And I hope you're having a great day, right, Shiroi? If you want, you can ask the question because I can answer while the opening's playing. But once the opening's gone, naturally I'll have to focus on the episode itself. So if anyone has a question, I can answer it right before the opening song is over. For those of you who are curious. Gotta admit though, the scenes that I love Shuabi, I feel like something tragically is going to happen to him because I don't think his female attendant would be crying like that if nothing bad was going to happen to them. So I got a feeling that there's going to be some spicy stuff right here in the series. And now that I notice it, there's like 2 people shaded. Yo, the Emperor! Yeah, that smile and glowing alright. He's definitely Brayhite Wilder. Like, with that smile, I wouldn't be surprised if his conviction is to, like, dominate everything. That has to be it. It's today's yesterday, tomorrow. I wonder if it means it's going to delve in. Oh, okay, it's definitely going to delve into the past. Just going off of the title. Republic of Verica. Pretty dang cool name, no? Religion in North Wall. Kind of makes you feel bad for... What the... Yo, that is just absolute... Oh, no. Oh. At least now we know why Kai is so mentally and emotionally tough when we see him in the first episode. I mean, you have to be to get through this kind of adversity. And I guess when it comes to Shuabi, at least it shows that he's got his own bit of toughness too, because we always see his comedic demeanor. But there's like the first time we see him in a light where he's in a less than comfortable spot. Okay. I like this. They're actually doing a great job of not just building up Backer while making his group likable. They're making Shuabi and Kai likable too, so it's almost going to make it hard to pick a side. I'm still... Backer was still my favorite character in the series, but I do like how the series shows you that there is areas of gray even in real life too. Hey, it's actually a pretty dang cool perspective right there. Oh, he's looking adorable, especially like his youthful confidence. Damn, I just wonder, like, what did Kai eat to beat that strong though, even with like a lack of nutrients? I mean, I guess he must have just some amazing genetics to be able to like rip that thing with his bare hands. even as a youngin. I don't know. Shiobi does look like a man who's willing to risk it all. It was, yeah, man. Yeah, you're right. Shiro. The opening is pretty damn cool. Sup, anime? What's up, anime? Doji. Hey, I actually like this, showing you that Shiobi and Kai. Aw. I actually like this, showing you that they've got their own goals too that they're going towards. That they're not just going to be satisfied with following the Emperor. That's good. I actually like characters that are proactive, trying to change the world and all that. And they're trying to do things, at least they're trying to do things from their perspective that they feel is right. Why do I get the feeling something bad's going to happen to Shuibi, though? Because I don't really think we would see Shuibi's friend crying if nothing tragic's going to happen. I'm just getting negative vibes, y'all. And I'm like the only one that feels these negative vibes. Yeah, you're right, Shiro. And that's what makes the series fun, the opposition having their standpoints. Because in too many animes, when they have enemies, they either don't focus on building up their standpoints, or their standpoints just completely and utterly suck. I'm thankful that this series isn't falling into the traps that most animes fall into. I'm assuming those four are going to wreck them because I'm noticing that in this series, when characters have uniform breed heights, they're weaker than people with more uniquer breed heights, which makes sense because they all operate on conviction. That the uniform breed heights would be weaker than the ones that look more unique. And that's something else I love about this series, too. It actually gives the explanation as to why military grade forces are, at least some of them are weaker than, say, the breed heights of bandits or common folk. Damn. Holy. It's like all being overly ambitious. But I love ambition like that, though. I ain't gonna lie. I agree, Shiro, but I have a feeling negative things are gonna happen, though. Because the opening. Like, whenever female characters trying an opening, usually characters die. I know this because I watched all the non-sequel and non-spin-off animes of 3 seasons straight, and this is going to be my 4th season straight, so something bad is going to happen. It's inevitable. It's just going to depend on what bad thing's going to happen, you know? It just really depends. It's like a 99.9999% chance of something happening. Yeah, pretty much. Same thing happened to King's Raid too, where King's Raid you have like a character disappear like a ghost, and I'm like, yeah, this chick is gonna die. And they had it like spoiled for like 4 episodes because of the eating. I ended up being wrong. I was like, oh, she died, just like the eating opening foreshadowed. And I'm kind of glad how we're getting the tactical planning from Back Arrow's crew too. It ain't just focusing on Shuobi and Kai's forces too. Oh boy. Huh. I'm pretty sure Rena's gonna feel. Yeah. She feels like the other Savage where she gets her mission done at all costs. Oh, there's the cocky son of a bitch, Zetsu. Let's see. And you know what? With the way he's talking, he probably knows what's beyond the walls, Zetsu. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where a lot of bind wrappers come from, or at least the material to make bind wrappers. And how does he know the will of the world law? I think this guy's just making shit up. I mean, yeah, at least they have 3 Rehite users, though, so. I mean, I understand them wanting to escape, too. I mean, they. Oh, yes! They're ready to kick some ass! Woo! Although at this rate, they might actually cause the opposition to flee instead. I'm just saying. They gotta hold the fort, though. Oh, no, don't worry, I won't talk about King Raids that much in this reaction video. I just mentioned it because it related to this series a bit. Just a little bit, though. Alright, we got... I actually like how also shows Shuobi, she's willing to do some slightly unethical things just to get things done, too. Shows you how smart he is and how much he's willing to actually bend the rules, too. I mean, previous episodes kind of did show it off, but this... So that's all. So that's all it took? I just hope they're, for their sake, though, it's just limited to the 4 very high users when it comes to opposition. Because if it's 3-on-4, they stand a chance. If it's anything beyond that, they're probably fucked. He's saying me! I like how he's talking about himself. He's not mentioning the other 2 women with him. That's pretty cute. But yeah, I love that self-confidence, though. I mean, hey, at least Backro's understanding how the world works, though. Where you can't just take everyone's word on face value. I'm not... Damn. I agree, it's true. It definitely has moments like that. Well, yeah, but at the very least, King's Raid's good again anime, don't you? Probably a frenemy. If I were to classify Shuei frenemy. Because he's probably going to try to do a solid for Back Arrow if it suits Shuobi's interest in improving the country from within. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's fucking adorable! Oh, man. No, I want to see the pre-hype fights. I actually want to see how he handles multiple enemies at once. Okay. At least now we know what that 6 for Shui be. Huh. Thankfully, at the very least, when it comes to people understand him, at least he's got Kai and Ren, though. Huh. Yeah, oh, that's actually pretty on slick. They're not, aside from carrying all these plot points, Bakke trying to survive. Shuebi trying to prove the capital for one. They also got this plot point too, where they gotta worry about the opposing forces, and they have a little plot point about the princess not knowing about the atrocities that our forces are trying to do. It's like so. That's what I like about Back Arrow. It's so ambitious. Oh, okay, Anime cool. Oh, come on, Lee. We need you to get more wins. And I'm pretty sure he's burn everything. Yep! I mean, with the way the other two were going. I mean, hey, I actually wouldn't mind seeing Elsha actually fight, and she should do better than Axley because Ashley did seem like the fighter type, at least when they first introduced her in episode 1. And it ain't surprising that her react. Oh. Damn it. But hey, you know, I actually like this. We actually see Batgirl struggling for the first time in a fight. The thing is, though, unlike the others, Batgirl actually is a natural talent when it comes to combat. At least I would hope. Oh, these motherfuckers! They fucking did it! They struck a nerve. Oh, shit. They done fucked up. Oh! Wait, what? Oh, no. After Images can't do that. So this should be worried? Oh, man. He looks like a kid watching a toy right now. Like, shit. Don't get me wrong, that's badass, but they kind of do make Atley and, actually kind of look like just decorations, though. Don't get me wrong, that was cool. I mean, hope Atley actually gets some stuff to do in future episodes. Oh, okay. Actually, I like how there. That explains it. Shouldn't be scared about the world potential being destroyed. And you know what I like about this? At least it explains why Back Arrow's Bray Height's actually super powerful, so it prevents it from being an asshole. You know what? I gotta give credit to the writing staff, because if they didn't have that explanation, it would have felt like an asshole. So, good job on the writing staff. They actually covered their bases there. Because that'd have been worrying. Huh! I agree, it was a naughty moment indeed. Huh! What the hell? Huh! Wait, what? No wonder why he has one trapped in there. Well, I don't even think it'd be more like destroying the world. It'd probably be remaking the world for the better. And the thing is, Batgirl might want to take this option. Whoa! And I think now she's gonna get her own Bray Height band rapper too, Ren. This is perfect build up for that. To think he utilized the four friends as a freaking tool. Damn, like everyone's be playing fucking checkers and Shui B's playing like fucking chess. Well, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna blame him. Yeah. Just for the win, Shiro! And I'm not surprised if all pull out their guns on Shui B. I like how you know why he's so smooth? Because deep down he knows that they subconsciously know they need him because of the way he stopped the Dreadnought moving. Or they're gonna need him because they probably know that if they don't have him, they are probably screwed, and they need him for maintenance too. There's a lot of reasons why they're gonna have to put up with Shui B. They're not gonna have luxury to say no, we don't want you. They're gonna have to accept him. Huh? Okay. At least that should give him some more negotiating room at the very least. And that's why they need him. Exactly why. I'm not going to be late for Jujutsu Kaisen. No worries, I'm Doji. The thing is, though, Shubi has the upper hand. This is the difference. Makes sense. But hey, I mean, he may not like gambling, but he still took this gamble, though. That's the thing. I just love it. Oh shit! Can't wait to see Kai's face. Aww. Kind of doesn't make you feel so bad for Ren, though. Because you can definitely tell how much she actually deep down did love Kai in her own way. I mean, not Kai, I mean Shubi. You can definitely tell. I mean, at least, hey, that's some positive though, Shiro. She cried in the episode. That means that her crying wasn't because someone died, but because she was betrayed. So, hey, who knows? Maybe nothing super bad's gonna happen. Maybe that was the bad thing that was gonna happen. Not to the heroes, but to Ren. At least I'm gonna be optimistic. That's the reason why she cries in the opening, and not anything else. That's what I'm gonna be. Super overly optimistic. Although going by this is definitely build up for Ren to get the free height though. That explains why Shubi was running with all the others too. In the opening. At least in the first, I mean not in the opening, in the ED I meant to say. That's actually nice. So I'm actually like this about the series. If you really pay attention to the opening ED, there's like extra nuggets, and like the more episodes pass, like the more you get to. Yep. Yo, so the ED was pretty much telling us to our faces that he was going to betray Ren and Rekka pretty much. It was right in front of our faces from like the get-go too in the ED. Because he seems smiling towards the backer on all of his friends. Okay. I know, optimism for the win, damn it! Yes! Well yeah, for now. But hey, for now, let's just enjoy all these moments of optimism, Shiro. Oh, wait. Although, I was about to say, is that Shui B standing alongside Kai in the preview card? But that's probably a flashback, though. But yo, this episode was fantastic. Yo, I'm gonna rate this one straight up a 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely love this backer episode because pretty much the only flaw that keeps it from me at 10 out of 10 is they are treating Atlee and Ashley like decorations because they have done absolutely jack shit. And that's the only thing that's kind of worrying because I'm like, are we going to get some of the side characters, get some cool epic sequences? Because, don't get me wrong, I'm loving it right now. But what this series needs to set it apart from the others. It needs the other side characters to do more, you know? Just a little bit more. But other than that, though, I'm loving everything else about the series so far. Because there was a lot more you can get from this episode. For one, we got an explanation as to why Backer was so damn powerful. Yeah, I agree. This series is freaking awesome. Oh, no need to apologize, Anime Doji. Watch Jutsu Kaisen when you can. As for the, yeah, this series is freaking gold. I'm surprised it has such a low score on my enemy list, and I'm even surprised it's not even doing well in Japan either, which I'm shocked. I'm like, damn, this series is good. This is definitely going to be the underrated anime of the season where, for it's hated by like the general, well, not hated, but it's not loved by the general audience. It's probably not going to make a profit either, but at least for me, it's one of my favorite animes of the season so far. I mean, this series is freaking delivered in every single regard. I mean, honestly, what more could I ask for from this series? Now, as for things I really liked about this series, though, but yeah, I'm also liking it too so far. Shiro. Oh yeah, it popped up for Fruits Back to season 3 too. Also, Anime Doji. But here's why I also felt it was 9.5 out of 10 worthy though. That epic betrayal from Shu would be because just looking at his personality, it fits. It actually fits. And let me explain why I feel it fits. Reason why that personality fits in pretty well is because of Shu B. He definitely looks like a guy that doesn't want to be shackled. He always tries to look at things beyond. Even showing the flashback too, when he was with his friend, when he even straight up says he doesn't just want to not be a slave anymore. He wants to change the kingdom. And that's something I found really interesting about Shui B because this portrayal was actually foreshadowed not just in the opening, just the way he acts, because it's like, yeah, considering he is a scientist, what most scientists aspire to is getting more knowledge. So him actually going against the kingdom just so that he can actually gain more knowledge. It makes sense. It even makes sense why he doesn't even have a care in the world for the world potentially ending, because just as long as he can gain knowledge, he's fine with that. And you know what? I love characters like that. Characters that actually want to expand their horizons. That's what makes Shua be such an engaging character so far. Yeah, it was expected, but even if it was expected Shiro, they still executed it pretty well. Because some animes try similar things, and they don't succeed as much. But with Shui B, considering we see so much snippets of his personality, just makes it much more entertaining. And something else I really loved about this episode too, aside from all that, I do love the fact that for this one specifically, you get some character development for Ren. Because even though she didn't show it on the outside for the previous episodes, she did it in small bits. I do like how we see in this episode, we see how much she actually did care for Shuibi. To actually see her someone strong like her straight up cheer up by the betrayal was actually a pretty darn epic moment. I was like, damn. That was actually a shocker for me. And that's why I thought when it comes to, from a character standpoint, it was absolutely fantastic. Especially just seeing how Shuibi was so calm and collective. As if this was like something he normally does, which now that we see his backstory, hell yeah. I mean, yeah. We see he definitely constantly goes through dangerous scenarios. And even like how they give characterization to the Emperor, just seeing how much of a cocky son of a bitch he is, too. And, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching those two also, Anime Doji. And you have fantastic taste in Anime Doji, definitely. But yeah, that's something that stood out for me from the episode. And I even love how they gave some characterization to Bakuro, because while he didn't have as much character development in this episode in comparison to the previous ones, he still had some character development because you see he has some doubts in Shui B, which I do like. At least he went from completely trusting people to now at least having some doubts. So you see Bakuro, he's at the very least learning to doubt people in society for the most part. And another thing I also love too about this episode, I do like how we made a lot of plot progression, because not only does Bakuro and his friends gain a big asset to help them go beyond the wall, Now you've got all these extra antagonistic forces against them. They're all built up. Kai has built up now that we see his relationship with Shui B. So that's going to be probably make Kai get stronger because he's probably going to have more conviction. I wouldn't be surprised if Ren gets a bind wrapper too because she's probably going to want some payback. So I love all these plot points being built up in this episode. And the episode was hilarious too when it had epic fights. I mean, honestly, it was entertaining. Hell, it could have had a potential plot hole of the whole back arrow gaining extra power-ups as like an Aspel if they would have played it wrong. But thankfully, this series played it right. Because when they explained straight up that since he has no conviction, his power is limitless, I was like, you know what? All right. I actually dig this because, at the very least now, everything can be excused with conviction instead of being like, oh man, this is a plot hole. No. At the very least, the series avoids plot holes when it comes to like the Bree Heights at the very least for now. And that's what I thought the writing was absolutely fantastic. And as for other things I actually really loved about it, animation and artwork were good. And they were even great during the fight sequences. Yeah, there were a few instances where there were some stills in the episode. But they were like what? They weren't even that commonly used. So this episode looked absolutely beautiful for the most part. And another thing that this episode also had going for it too. Actually, I love the fact that for this episode, the vocal performances were amazing. Especially from Ren's actress. I think she pulled off a pretty dang good performance. Like, just hearing her distressed voice when she's informing Kai about the betrayal. I thought that was awesome. And, yeah, that's why I thought this episode was worthy, at least in my opinion, of a 9.5 out of 10. But anyways, y'all. Oh, thank you very much, Anime Doji. It was actually really fun reviewing the episode. Honestly, when it comes to back arrow, this series is funner to review than some of the animes I'm watching because there's just so many layers to this series where I could actually dig and be like, man, I could talk about this, I could talk about this. While with some of the animes where they don't have much substance, where I can just finish off the review quicker because there's not much to talk about. But with this series, there is definitely a lot to talk about it. And that's why Back Arrow has been one of my favorite animes of the season by far. If anything, I think it's at least in my opinion, I'm going to put it up there in my top 10 animes of the season. At least for me personally, you know? Because I think the series deserves more love. I'm surprised more people are not watching it. Actually, that's the biggest shocker for me. Hey Shiro and Anime Doji. The series isn't doing well. I checked on the pre-XYZ website, which compiles the anime pre-order data. And it's only got 283 pre-orders. So yeah, the series, it's looking like it's going to bomb financially. Which is a shame. I love the series. But hey, you know what? I'm going to root for the series. I hope it can pull off a last-minute save, but at least most animes now need at least 3,000 pre-orders or a source material boost. But since Back Arrow's anime original, it's probably going to need to rely on BD disc sales or even anime streaming. So it ain't looking too hot for its financial prospects. But you know what? I'll still root for it, though. I hope it can succeed. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely pumped up for Jujutsu Kaisen. And yes, I'm going to have my bear ready on the background. When I react to Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm going to have my bear in the background because I got to show off my bear since it's panda action time. As for Anime Doji, as for Akito, I'm not necessarily wishing for her to die, but I'm wishing that she gets punished. There you go. You know? But if some people want Akito to die, I'm not going to blame them either. Akito is a pretty mean woman, you know? So if anyone does have those feelings against her, I'm not going to blame them one bit, you know? I mean, she has done some pretty messed up things. I'm like, damn, this woman has, like, no compassion in her soul for her fruits baskets. But yeah. These are my thoughts on the episode, y'all. And right before I go, I'd like to say thank you very much to Shreya Roy and Anime Doji for commenting on the live chat. And for everyone else, thank y'all so much for watching my video. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, subscribe if you do not want to miss my backer episode 5 reaction. And I'll see y'all later if you come back for more. But anyways, have a fantastic day, y'all, and I'll see y'all later. And it'll be ready for Anime Doji. But anyways, thank y'all, and have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.